fact that he really spammed the armor move twice. Dude, it's just so pathetic. Like, it's so pathetic to me, dude. Like, it's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. Like, it's so pathetic what these people do to win. Like, it's just the fact that he really armored twice. Why? Like, it's so pathetic to me, dude. So pathetic. It's so... I can't play this shit, dude.
Now, you're probably like me and you saw that clip on Twitter and you would think to yourself, what is the big deal, dude? Like, just get over it. We know that the game is extremely cheesy. They spam 2 armor moves, they spam whatever moves, you just gotta lock in and get better. And when I saw that clip initially, I just thought that was the end of it. I thought it was just somebody crashing out in the game, and I went about my business. Little did I know there was a whole story and situation surrounding this player. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, because this goes a little bit deeper. And at first when I looked at it, I thought, I don't know if this is worth talking about. But as I started to read more and more messages, I thought maybe other people are having to deal with this. Maybe there's a case of bullying going on here. I'm not too sure. So we're going to explore everything that has gone on with this individual here today, and then you guys let me know what you think about the whole situation. So this is surrounding the player you just saw, and his name is Terror of Death. He's a TikToker, YouTuber, and Twitch streamer, and he plays Tekken Ranked. Now, that first clip that you guys saw was the first time I'd ever seen him. I wasn't familiar with his work. I hadn't watched any of his ranked stuff. This guy, Terror of Death, is looking to get to God of Destruction. I believe he's gotten there now, but he was looking to get to God of Destruction at the time, and some members of the community, some members of the Tekken community caught wind of this, and they didn't want him to get there. So what did they do? They decided to start stream sniping him. And this apparently turned into a community-wide effort. I'm talking about apparently pros were trying to gatekeep him from coming in. I don't know exactly who. I just read pros are trying to stop him from North America. There were people from Twitter that were seeing it that wanted to get in on there and stream snipe him. And essentially the reasoning was that they didn't feel like he was good enough to reach God of Destruction. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk around skill in Tekken 8 and how it's been reduced, and I think it's fair to say there are a lot more God of Destructions in Tekken 8, where if you transferred that to Tekken 7, they probably wouldn't be able to get past Fujin, maybe Emperor and Max. But this is a different game, so whilst I can agree that the skill ceiling has been lowered and it's much easier for anyone to win now because of the nature of the system, it is what it is. This is the game that we have. I remember playing Tekken 7 and I scratched and clawed to get to Tekken God. I mean, I scratched and clawed to get there. I'm at Tekken God now, and I kind of play the game here and there. I've gotten to Tekken God Supreme. I've been one match away from God of Destruction. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't know if I deserve to sit in the same ranking as some of these players that I come up against, but I do end up beating some because the game is just so volatile. That is the game that we have right now. But some people on Twitter are not as forgiving as I am, and they don't think certain people should be allowed to have God of Destruction because they don't think that they're good enough, or they just don't like the kind of personality that they are on the game or on Twitter or whatever it might be. So they decide to stream snap this guy, and an individual called Yin Crescent tweeted out saying, the Tekken community banding together to try and stop the Terror of Death from reaching God of Destruction was probably the funniest thing that could have happened all week, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I got blocked and called a loser for beating him. Good luck in season 2. And now I'll be completely honest with you guys. When I saw this situation, I had 2 reactions to it. On one side, I wanted to say to Terror of Death, stream sniping in fighting games are not like other games where you're playing a shooting game and multiple people can see your location, they start shooting you, or they're watching your stream so they can see your location, they start snipering you. In a fighting game, if somebody stream snipes you and you're good enough, they're essentially locked in the cage with you. And that's how I look at it. People have said to me, why don't you care about stream sniping, Mike? As far as I'm concerned, maybe this is the Dragon Ball Z influence, but if you stream snipe me, you're stuck in there with me. I'm not stuck in there with you. Now, if I can't get the job done, that just means that it's a skill issue and I need to level up. Whether that's a pro player that stream snipes me or it's just some randomer, for me, it doesn't really matter. That's why I said even though the Tekken prowess system, I think objectively is not good for new players, I like it because it matches me up against people far better than me. But that's a personal thing. I can see for new players, and I don't know if Terror of Death is a new player. I don't know if Tekken 8 is their first game, but if he is a new player, I can see how this would be very grating for them. So taking myself out of it, targeting one member of the community and stream sniping them because you know that you might be better than them at the game, or you might know how to out-cheese them, to stop them from getting a rank just because it's a shiny rank that you don't think they deserve is fucking childish. I mean, let's be real. You all banded together to do one of the most childish things imaginable. And I was reading through the replies here, and I just found it so hilarious that this was the one thing that you guys could all agree on to do, is stream snipe this guy and stop him from getting to God of Destruction. Like, this is what united everybody. And to Terror of Death, what I would say to you, bro, is that look at it this way. Although, yes, you do need to lock in and you do need to get better, because if they do stream snipe you and you beat all of them, guess what? They're gonna stop. If you're not at the skill level where you think you can beat these guys yet, and they're all concentrating their energy on you, just remember, they're concentrating their energy on you. So when you go to sleep, they're up thinking about you. They're thinking about ways to ruin your day the next day. What you need to do, if you can't actually beat these people, is not give them the reaction that they want. Because clearly, reading these comments, you can see that you are feeding these trolls. They only find it funny because you're giving them a reaction. Part of the reason I don't get stream sniped anytime I've done ranked is because I don't care. It doesn't bother me who you are. God of Destruction, Arsanash, the main man, or the greatest player from a place that we don't know. I'll play anyone, doesn't bother me. If I lose, cool, I'll hold that. Yeah, I start effing and blinding on camera, but everyone knows that like it's not a serious thing. Like I played the John the other day and he beat me 10-9 and I zoomed into the camera and said, watch when I see you, bro. But they all know I'm playing. It's not serious. With you, however, they know that they're getting under your skin, and we can see that they are getting under your skin, and that's why they are targeting you. Now, yes, is the Tekken community or the members of the community that took part in this extremely childish? I'd go as far as to say jobless, because who has time to be doing this nonsense? Yes, maybe. I don't know all of them that did it. I don't know what their financial situations are, but just looking at it, it is extremely childish. Can it be seen as a form of bullying? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, depending on who the person is, they can feel like they're being bullied by the community. If every single person, or not every single person, because a lot of people didn't know what was going on, but there was a lot of people in this situation that knew what was going on, and they were like, we just kind of want to go out of our way to stream sniping because it's funny. Yeah, it can be seen as bullying, and the Tekken community has been known for being quite elitist and bullying people. So this is just something I've heard from other fighting game communities and how they feel about the Tekken community, and this would kind of prove their point. So Yin Crescent said, here's the context. Essentially, Terror was fiending for the shiny rank, begging for normal players. Apparently me and him have fought before. I don't remember any of that. So I figured as a joke I would go and stream snipe him and delay the inevitable. And this is the footage.
Nice. Keep her ass down. Coming back. Straight up. Are you dead?
Like, oh my god!
Moment 15.
See, this is why I block people like this, bro. Why can I not block people like that? The guy is already God rank, and just because he wants to date people, he wants to do shit like that. Look at this. What kind of dude? What kind of loser puts some shit like that in his bio? Look, what kind of loser puts some shit like that in his bio? I don't care what y'all say, but I'm blocking this dude, bro. I don't care what y'all say. I'm blocking this dude. Like, I don't care what y'all say.
But at this point, like, you have to realize that the only people that you're fighting are people that play this game all the time.
So obviously you can see there that Terror of Death got stream sniped, lost the match, lost composure. And if you're going to do something like that and lose composure, bro, you need to understand they are going to troll you. If you didn't react, you just said, good games. And you kept on doing that, and you got into the mindset of, it's just a game, they stream snipe me, whatever, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. They'll go and find somebody else because trolls only react to what you're giving them. It's like the Silent Hill nurses, you know, when you shine the light and they all start cracking their necks and turn around. You don't shine the light, they're not going to move. You're feeding them, you're giving them what they want. Again, is it sad and kind of pathetic that they all banded together to come after you? 100%. There was also this clip.
That is not a 3-4, bro. It's not working.
And this clip was making the rounds because obviously Terror of Death is sitting near the God of Destruction rank at this point, but didn't know that the grab that they were talking about, they were demonstrating that it's not a 3+4 grab. Now, that's neither here nor there. I mean, you want to talk about elitism? I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, just educate the guy. Why are you taking the piss? All of these people, or at least a lot of them, will talk about inclusivity, about having a welcoming community, and then they'll do things like this. Okay, he didn't know the grab wasn't 3+4. What the fucking do? And you're all there giggling and sniggering and laughing about the situation. You have to understand why somebody would look at this and think, what a bunch of children. And I'm willing to bet you lot are grown as well doing this. It's just a game, guys. It's not like he went to a job interview and they asked him what's 1 + 1 and he said 5. Okay, then you could probably laugh at a grown-up as long as they haven't got any learning difficulties. But over a game, oh, we got him 3+4, he didn't know that. So they took the piss out of him for that, so you could probably see how that would be perceived as bullying. Now, Terror of Death had spent over 30 hours trying to get this God of Destruction rank. I don't know how you have those patience, bro. I don't know how much free time you have. I can't be doing that. An hour into Tekken 8 and I'm tapped the fuck out. That's probably why I'm not a God of Destruction yet. I can't sit there and play it for that long. But regardless, he sat there playing it for 30 hours to hit this rank. And apparently for 30 hours, people were just coming after him. They were just stream sniping him continuously. And yes, on one hand, like I said, you have to lock in and get good, because if this was Arsenal and Ash, none of you are going to stream snipe him because you're all going to lose, so you're going to say there's no point. So in Terror of Death situation, again, I'll repeat it, he does need to get better so that none of these guys can step to him. But on the flip side, a community driven stream sniping session really goes to show you that you guys are not going to beat the allegations. Inclusivity, being a welcoming environment, I don't think so. How could a new player feel welcomed when you're doing things like this? And you'll say, well, his block list is extremely high. There's ways to go about this that doesn't push somebody out of the community. Like, I've had people in my stream saying that we one and done and we block people. Now, I'm not going to drop any names because they don't do it anymore, because I've had conversations with them. I've tried to educate them on the thrill of the fight and what it means to be a good Tekken player and why you should enjoy losing a little bit more. And now they don't one and done. Now they're not blocking people, but instead you guys want to dogpile the guy. And I went through his content and people were trying to compare him to like Low Tier God or Six Arakin, and it's no offense to those guys whatsoever. I'm not throwing them under the bus, but they're all very different people. He doesn't mirror their personalities. I understand how you're trying to frame him, and that is just not true. I went through his TikTok. He's not some like low-cal streamer that you guys are trying to make him out to be. This does seem like bullying, and I did want to highlight it because, again, we talk about inclusivity, we talk about being welcoming to people, and as I've said for a long time, and this goes for the fighting game community as well, it's a load of bullshit. And I kept looking through clips and I kept looking to be like, is Terror of Death a bad person? Has he done something that would make everybody feel like this? And what I landed on was that you guys just don't think he's very good at the game, and so you wanted to teach him a lesson in the worst way possible. And there's just tweet after tweet of people saying, hey, when's this guy streaming? I want to stream snipe him, I want to troll him a bit. It's just kind of pathetic, guys. Like, what are we doing? As a community, what are we doing here? This is how you band together. This is what you come together over. You don't come together over serious issues, issues with the game, issues that we need to direct to Harada. You come together to stream snipe one guy who's just trying to have some fun on the game. Okay, he might scream a bit. Yes, I agree. The clip of him saying he used 2 armor moves over and over again is kind of childish. We just have to be honest about that. This game is a very volatile game. It has very stupid things in there. You can't blame a player for playing dirty. It pisses me off as well, bro. When I come up against certain players and they're doing certain moves, in my mind, I want to scream. But I know it's just a game. They used 2 armor moves. There's probably a way around it. It's my fault. So you probably saw that clip and thought this guy needs to learn a lesson. But I think you guys are going a bit too far. Now, let's be real. Now, as you can see in this clip, he did hit God of Destruction. He eventually got there. So shout outs to him. I mean, you got there before I did. I have not got the patience to get God of Destruction in this game. Maybe I will before the rank reset happens. Who knows? But he got there in the end. So they failed in what they were trying to do. And whilst I am one of those guys that's like, grow thicker skin, grow up, get over it. And I would say to Terror of Death, you do need to grow thicker skin. People in the community are going to try to dogpile you. It happens to everybody, but they'll stick on certain people because certain people give them reactions. I've had instances where loads of people start messaging me. Do you know what I do? I look at the messages and then it no longer exists. And I put my phone down and go about my business. It doesn't bother me, which is why it doesn't really happen too much anymore. And when it does start happening, I'm either laughing when I'm responding or I just don't respond at all. I get on with what I'm doing. But you are feeding them. You are giving them what they want. So if there's a lesson to be learned here about how the community has treated you, disregard them. Don't give them what they're looking for. I mean, you've got a healthy following on TikTok. You've got almost 10,000 followers. You're building your community on YouTube. You're building yourself up on X. You're building yourself up on Twitch. Just focus in on season 2 and the plans that you have for your channel, and ignore these people. And if they come to stream snipe you, welcome them in. If Tekken is that important to you and you want to get really good at the game, start practicing. There's a replay feature there for you to learn and overcome these matchups, so when these people come to stream snipe you, you can beat all their asses, you can clip it, and you can monetize it. Monetize their pain and then troll them on Twitter and then keep it moving. And then they won't be able to do anything to you because you're better than them. That's the only solution here, because other than that, they're not going to stop. This is what trolls do. Trolls don't have a lot of things to do in their day. They have spare time to try to ruin your day. And they will do it if you give them this reaction.
Now, why are you even in my stream? Like, I don't understand why you sit in here and hate, bro. Why? Why do you sit in here and hate? You come up in my stream and bitch about me fighting you. Yet you sit here in my stream while you're blocked and consistently troll. Why? Why?
They bored and get nothing better. That's what uninteresting people do, bro. Like I said, you gotta get affirmation from somewhere.
Bro, I'm just gonna report you. It's funny, I'm gonna report you for harassment. I got you. I'm reporting you. I'm reporting you for harassment, bro. I got you.
As for blocking people, I don't think you should block people. I think you should just run the set. Maybe it's an old school mentality. I don't know how old you are, bro, but I think you should just run the set. The best way to shut up a fighting game troll is to beat them. And beat them decisively and send them on their way. Don't block them. Unless they are lag switching, unless they're rage quitting on you, then of course, you know, they're ruining the actual experience. But what I would say is that as much as we might want to harp on these trolls, as much as we might want to say that there's a lot of bullies in the Tekken community to some new players, at the end of the day, if you get good enough, they can't do anything to you. Everything that they do and everything they say falls flat. Now they might turn around and say, well, Mike, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to teach him. Listen, I know bullying when I see it, and whilst this sort of thing wouldn't bother me, it's very clear what's happening here. Going through the replies and seeing how people were dogpiling this guy, you guys all know that some people are sensitive, especially in the fighting game scene. There's a lot of sensitive people and there's people that can't take it. So you guys know that you were bullying him. So yeah, whilst he might be a sore loser and whilst he might not be able to take certain things, you guys are also not fostering an inclusive environment. You're all jumping on a bandwagon and dogpiling one guy because you know that he'll give you that reaction. Rather than being adults, I assume you guys are probably adults, or like you're getting there, and just saying, you know what, he's not very good at the game, let's try to reach out to him, let's try to help him. Yeah, he's got God of Destruction, but we think he could be a little bit better. You guys just want to jump him, essentially, or cyber jump him. It is silly. Someone said here, not gonna lie, that Terror Tekken guy on TikTok is nuts, because what do you mean 100 out of 100 and your block list is full? And then he said, I don't know how you even find matches. And then someone said, a lot of the NA pros are literally hopping on just to gatekeep him. It's crazy. It's so effing funny. And then somebody even changed their name here to I Boosted Terror to sort of give the illusion that he didn't get the God of Destruction rank legitimately. Now, I think there probably is an argument to say that the God of Destruction rank is not legitimate because he did block so many people. I'm going to be fair on this, even though I spoke to Terror. To be fair, if you one and done people and you block people, your God of Destruction rank is not legitimate. Now, I know that pisses some people off when I say that. That's just my opinion, being 100% honest. I think you should fight everyone and just deal with it. I remember some guy kept on running into me over and over again, and I wasn't streaming, so he wasn't stream sniping me, but the matchmaker was just giving me him over and over again. He demoted me twice. I know a lot of other people that said, fuck this man, I've lost how many times, why am I still fighting this guy? But I kept on fighting him, and I uploaded the video. Eventually I ended up overcoming him, and that's how I got my first Tekken God rank. It was a Brian player, and I remember that feeling like, wow, I actually overcame this guy. Like, he was destroying me for ages, and it took me about an hour and a half, and the game just kept on giving me the same guy over and over again. I started beating him decisively, and guess what? In the last match where I got Tekken God, there was one more match to go. He left. He won and done me. There was no better feeling. So my advice to Terror of Death is, bro, lock in. Get better at the game and they will leave you alone. And as for the Tekken community, or the members of the Tekken community that were doing this, yes, you are bullies and you're childish and it's kind of pathetic. Now, no one can stop you from doing it. You're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. But you are a bunch of bullies. You are kind of childish, and once again, it is kind of pathetic. Anyways, guys, you let me know what you think about this situation. Are you on Terror of Death's side? Are you on the members of the community that did this to him? Do you think that it was right for them to teach him a lesson in this way and stream snipe him? Or do you think it was a little bit of bullying going on? I'll catch you guys very soon. Take care and peace. You know, guys, I know nobody sticks around to watch until the outro's finished, but I wanted to show you guys that did. I went to Forbidden Planet the other day, right? And I bought some Dragon Ball cards. And, you know, I collect my Dragon Ball cards. I love my Dragon Ball cards. I know everyone's on Pokemon and One Piece right now. I've stuck with Dragon Ball. And I pulled this card, right? And I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a Dokkan card. Can you see that? See that there? Focus, you piece of shit. There we go. That's an Android 17 Dokkan card. I looked online, goes for about £20-25. Now, if I get this graded, it'll like triple. Anyway, don't know why I'm telling you this. I got very excited when I saw it. I haven't pulled a good card in a while. Maybe I'll showcase my Dragon Ball cards at some point. Anyways.